Hey guys, what's up? Alex here. Welcome to a brand new mini-series on this channel. Today, before the season is starting, I'm going to go through all of the teams and sort of predict what's going to be going on this season and where I think they're going to be battling with in this championship, which hopefully is going to be a great one this season. And I should also mention I'm probably not going to be doing any other videos on the F1 car launches. I'll leave some links to some channels down below I think you should check out if you want to keep up to date with all the F1 brand new car launches. These videos are going to be recorded mostly before the rest of the teams launch their car, so this video might go up on the day that Mercedes sort of launched their car, but I actually haven't seen it yet, so I apologise for that. I've got to pre-record some videos. It's a busy week ahead, and I'm fortunately not going to be able to cover the rest of the F1 car launches, so there'll be some links in the description to some channels to follow for F1 car launches. But let's jump into this mini-series and talk about Mercedes and think about where could they finish this season. So of course Mercedes are the F1 champions from 2017, both drivers and constructors, so there's not really anything to improve on in the 2018 season for them. It's going to be very tough for them to sort of surpass that unless they score a significant amount extra points. It's not really going to be a massively better season than last year, but they have a strong driver lineup, Hamilton and Bottas. I think Bottas is going to be much better this season. I've got my fingers crossed for him at least. I mean, he wasn't bad at all last year. I mean, how many points did he finish behind Hamilton? So 60 points behind Hamilton at the end of the season, so over 2 race wins behind Hamilton, which is quite substantial, and obviously a car which is exactly the same. But I think Bottas, with the second year of experience in the team, or going into his second year experience in the team, he should definitely be stronger. I mean, it always takes everyone a little bit of time to adjust and adapt. Obviously, different drivers take different amount of time. I think Bottas really got into the swing of it at the end of last season. I think the last 3 races, definitely, he was the highest scoring driver out of everyone on the grid. So there's a quite high likelihood he'll be closer to Hamilton this season. Whether or not he'll be challenging Hamilton for like a championship, it's so tough to tell, because obviously Hamilton is just absolutely fantastic, one of the best drivers to ever be in Formula 1, and it's like, can any driver realistically as a teammate ever be that close to him? Unless it's Vettel or Alonso, or maybe Verstappen or Ricciardo, it's going to be very tough for them to match them. And you know, Bottas is obviously a fantastic driver, but we haven't seen him up against someone like Hamilton, apart from last season of course. We haven't seen him up against someone who is at the top of their game and going for a championship. So it's just whether Bottas can raise his game and go for the championship again this season. Of course, he had the car to do it last year, but he fell short by just under 60 points, which is obviously a shame for him. He was really struggling in the middle part of the season. I think he was beaten by Hamilton in qualifying like nearly 10 times in a row in the middle of the season. It was not a good middle of the season for Valtteri Bottas, so I think that's something he's definitely going to have to pick up in the 2018 season, is that qualifying. He really struggled in qualifying. Come race day, he generally wasn't as far behind Hamilton, but qualifying, he did definitely struggle at certain points in the 2017 season. And Bottas is a really, really nice guy, so I can only wish him the best of luck for this year. I really hope he challenges Hamilton much more than he did in the 2017 season, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a good one. I think Bottas will be battling there or thereabouts with Hamilton this season. I think he will be closer than last year, but in all honesty, I don't think he'd beat Hamilton in the championship. And if that was for a championship battle, obviously for the P1, I think it would be very, very tough for Bottas to beat him. But I'm hopefully going to be proven wrong. I really want to see Bottas, push Hamilton to a next level. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So next up, we'll talk about the world champion, the 4-time Formula 1 world champion, Lewis Hamilton. Of course, coming off a really, really good 2017 season. We wrapped up his fourth world title. Who knows, maybe it could be a 7th in a few years' time. But yeah, his 4th world title was wrapped at the end of the 2017 season. But he actually hasn't won a race since the United States Grand Prix, so he went a bit of a barren run. The last 3 races of the season last year, he didn't win any of them, and actually only got a 2nd place in the last race in Abu Dhabi. He didn't get a podium in Mexico or Brazil. So yeah, it's going to be interesting one to see whether Hamilton can start off 2018 with a race victory. Of course, we don't know yet what the cars are like. You guys might know by the time this video goes up, but as of right now, I don't know what the Mercedes looks like. It could be a dog, who knows, but it's probably not going to be a dog. It's probably going to be a pretty decent car, so we'll see. But going into the 2018 season, of course, Lewis Hamilton's going to have high expectations of himself. He's going to be most likely battling with the likes of Vettel, maybe Raikkonen, and probably the Red Bull guys, as well as along with Bottas for this sort of championship this year. I think a lot of us predict it could be 6 going for the world title, or maybe 4 if you take out Raikkonen and Bottas, but it definitely looks like it's going to be a closer season this year. I think everyone has their fingers crossed that this season will be much closer than the last couple of seasons, and hopefully have 3 cars within, or maybe even more cars battling for a championship would be absolutely fantastic. But Lewis Hamilton, I think, of course, he's going to be the #1 driver in this team once again, as he has been for the last few years. I mean, in all honesty, even though Rosberg won 2016, I'd still say Hamilton was definitely the #1 driver in the team throughout, and definitely just in terms of speed, at least. Maybe not in terms of contract situations, but we're not going to talk about that. In terms of actual, raw speed, Hamilton's probably been the quickest. Well, yeah, it might be, since Mercedes came back to Formula 1, he's probably been their best driver. And of course, even though they had Michael Schumacher and all that, that wasn't the greatest to come back into the world. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton, I think he's definitely going to be going for his the 5th championship this year. Of course, he's getting closer and closer to Michael Schumacher's 7 world championships. Do you guys think Hamilton will beat that? Do you think Lewis Hamilton will become the most successful driver in the sport? Will he beat Schumacher's 91 victories? Will he beat his 7 world titles? Let me know in the comment section down below. That'd be really, really interesting to know. Do you think Lewis Hamilton realistically can beat Schumacher's records? All of them. Maybe not all of them, but the big ones. Do you think you can beat the big ones? Let me know in the comment section down below. Wow, I'm looking forward to that comment section right now. It should be an interesting one. So as for the Mercedes team themselves, there's obviously not really much to talk about because they came off a really good season where they had the best car for the majority of the season, and they had 2 fantastic drivers as well, wrapping up both titles with a few rounds to go. But in all reality, you don't want to sort of languish around. You don't want to win all these championships, then drop down the field again. So I think Mercedes are always going to try and keep up that high, things throughout the whole season. They're going to try and keep that, what am I trying to say here? They're trying to keep up that high momentum throughout the whole season is what I was trying to say. And, just keep going for every single race. Turn up, smash a victory, go home. I think it's just that German mentality. They've got to just keep going and going and going until the day they decide to pull out of the sport. I think that's just the way they're going to be. So it's going to be a very, very good season. I've no question at all of that. I think Mercedes will be wrapping up many victories this season. It's just whether it's more or less than Red Bull and Ferrari, and who knows whether it's about consistency as well. Even though the Mercedes car has been pretty consistent over the last couple of years, and the Mercedes power unit has been pretty good, it could only take a couple of months for it all to go downhill for them. And Ferrari with the Ferrari power unit in the back, obviously, and then Red Bull with the Renault in the back of their car, it could only take a couple of months for those guys to sort of catch up and overtake them, just depending if something went wrong in the Mercedes garage and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, guys. What do you think is the sort of prediction for them this season? I'm going to say Hamilton P2 in the championship, and I probably should write this down actually. I haven't written this down yet. I'm just sort of going along and thinking about this. I think Hamilton will be P2 in the championship, and I think Bottas will be P5, and I think Mercedes will be P2 in the Constructors' Championship. I just have a feeling I could be completely wrong, but yeah, of course, leave your comments down below, guys. That'd be massively appreciated. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and yeah, please subscribe to see any more videos on this channel. That'd be massively appreciated. Yeah, any thoughts and opinions, leave it in the comment section down below. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you all soon. It's been Alex, I'm out here. Goodbye.